Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're back. If not, this will be cut and we'll see it out there after. I got sitting here with me tonight chatting a guy named Neil Cameron. I've met Neil, it's got to be going on 30 years, isn't it, Neil?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, good. So you were old at the time. Like when I met you, I
Oh,
remember thinking,
thanks.
oh, the sound man is old. And now it's been 30 years. So you're, I'm almost your age now.
Yeah,
Isn't that
I'm
wild?
ancient.
It's funny, we've gotten closer in age as the years have gone by. Um,
Yeah, I would say as we've gotten a little older, we've all gotten a little more mature. Some of us maybe a little more than others, but yep.
yes, I'm sure you've got 1,000 band stories that you could tell. What's your, without getting anybody in trouble, what do you love about being on the road that with the Watchmen that kept you coming back with us for 30 years?
Uh, I love the music. I love the guys. It's. I've been part of a family for like 30 years.
That's exactly what it is. And you've brought in, like on the tech side of things, a lot of the people that have come on the road with us, like Lloyd and Klaus, they were people that you brought in as your friends. So
Yeah, they were people I brought in. Yeah, being tour
yeah,
manager, I was responsible for that.
and that was always great people. That was the one thing that, well, not the one thing. It was one of many things I loved about the Watchmen was
Well, it's
the
important when you're
family.
on the road that everybody gets along. You can't have somebody that's disruptive or whatever on the road because you're tight together, a little family. You're in a bus, you're in a plane. There's no escaping each other, so you got to get along.
It's funny. A lot of people ask me about the success of bands too, and I just say it's really got to do with getting along. And as the band grows, yeah, you're right. The family that you put around you. I mean, I think for the better part of the first 10 or 15 years, anywhere, Neil. I mean, we were on the road more than we were home with our wives.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, I'd get home for 10 or 12 days, then be gone for another 2 3 months. It was a really busy time of our life, and we did live in each other's back pockets. So.
Oh yeah, I absolutely saw you more than my wife for quite a while.
Yeah, it was that was the norm. I'd asked you earlier, is that your dog sled team up behind you?
No, it's just a picture.
There's a picture. Do you still have any dogs at all?
I don't have any dogs now. No,
No, you used to sled though, right? You used to have a full team.
I used to have sled dogs. Yeah, back in the day.
Is Winnipeg just doesn't have the snow for it anymore, or you just don't have the time for it?
No, I'm since my marriage blew up, I I'm not around, so there needs to be somebody around the house to take care of the animals. Otherwise, it's not fair. They're
That's
not
true.
like cats; you can just sort of leave them around, and
Yeah,
they're fine with that.
and a team, I imagine, is a fair bit of work. How many dogs was a team?
I had 8 at one time.
So 8 big dogs. That's a fair bit of care, right?
It's a lot of work. Yeah,
Yeah, I bet it is. I bet it is.
totally worth it, but a lot of work.
That's cool. Um, the last couple of years, you've been picking up symphony gigs. You're doing the all their live streaming.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing through COVID. It's what saved me through COVID is the Winnipeg Symphony Orchestra decided to continue their season. They couldn't have an audience, but they could do it online. So I've been doing the audio mix for their live streams, and I've really enjoyed it. It's quite a different challenge than the Watchmen, obviously,
Hmm.
uh, but it's really interesting, and I've really enjoyed it. Yeah,
That's really
I was
cool.
there today setting up.
And thanks, by the way, for your tips over the months of sort of sample rate conversions and clicking noises and all these things that I was hearing trying to deal with. We've been dealing with. I'm sure with the symphony you have a bigger budget and staff than we have putting this together here, but. I'm sure at the same
Yeah,
time you experience some of the same problems. It's
oh
it's
yeah, we have
putting
all kinds of issues
technology
at
through the
times.
air. What's been the biggest symphony broadcast issue you've had?
Well, lots of time we've had sync issues
Mm.
where the audio isn't lining up with the video at times, and the video drives the video guys crazy. They usually fix it right away, but it's sometimes an issue.
Hmm.
Just this last show last Saturday, they had some pre-recorded announcements and advertisements that they were supposed to play as part of the broadcast, and of course, when they checked them before the broadcast, everything was great, and then when we go live, they don't work, and like what the heck? Now we got all this dead air. It's like, oops.
That was exactly what happened to us tonight. It's just like,
Yeah, exactly.
we checked them 5 minutes before showtime, and as soon as Barry pressed play, he said, "Something's wrong, Ken. This is not going good." And it's just been a tumble ever since then. But he seems to have it back on track now. He looks much more calm as I look at him right now. He looks like his blood pressure is back down. Wacky stories, Neil. It's always good to get a wacky story.
Wacky stories about you?
Well, if anybody would know them, you would probably be that guy. Yeah.
Should I tell the one I mentioned earlier, the drinking contest in Germany?
Well, refresh my memory because I don't remember a lot of that event.
I'm sure you don't. Well, we were on the road in Germany. We had a night off, and I had got us a tour bus out of England, and they had a Welsh bus driver, fancied himself a bit of a drinker,
Yes.
and thought he could drink any of us under the table. Unfortunately, he'd never dealt with a Newfie before, so the German record company rep heard this and said that she would pay for the contest, and on it was. We went to a restaurant, started off in a restaurant,
That's right.
and you guys started slamming shooters and whatever, and then we went to 3 or 4 different bars afterwards, and about 4 in the morning, got back to the hotel. Both you guys were standing. It was unbelievable. The Welsh guy was just blithering, completely incomprehensible. You were marginally comprehensible, so we declared you the winner.
Excellent.
That was kind of fun.
I remember, I think his name was Chris, and I remember him because we'd have drinks in the afternoon. He'd always talk about how, their side of the pond could outdrink my side.
Yeah, he was a good guy,
He was
really
a
good
great
guy.
And I remember this building up through till we got up to Germany, and I remember the first 2 or 3 clubs. But what I remember the most is the record company had set up the next day for us to go see. Was it Crowded House or just Tim Finn? Or Neil
It was
Finn?
just Neil Finn.
It was just
Yeah,
Neil Finn.
and you,
And I'm a huge fan of Crowded House, of course. And we were all so excited to go because it was a small, intimate thing, and we were going to get to meet him.
yeah, it was us and 20 other people and him.
I missed it.
It was one of the best concerts I've ever seen.
Yeah, I know it was. It totally would be. I had to pay for it, so I leave that to my Newfoundland stubbornness. But that was an unfortunate calculation on my part. But Neil, we've had a lot of fun, and more than anything, it still amazes me how you took care of us all of those years. I mean, just making sure we got where we needed to be, making sure that the flights and the car rentals and the hotels and tour buses and all the techs and all that. And I know you were working with management and agencies and stuff, but you took care of us on a different level. And people don't understand what a front of house / road manager guy does. You're the first in the venue in the morning, you're the last out late at night. And meanwhile, in the middle of the day, you get us up, getting out of bed at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and complaining because our fucking waffles aren't there. You've done an amazing job of that for years.
Well, thank you.
It's been a real.
It's been fun being dad.
Yeah. Aside from the game of garbage, you probably didn't like that one too much, right?
Yeah, well.
The games of garbage. For those of you who don't know, if you're a young band on the road. With your road manager, what you do is you collectively take all your pizza boxes and beer bottles and all that stuff, and you pile it up outside the hotel door of your road manager. And then when they get up in the morning, they open it, and all this garbage falls in. It's called the game of garbage. I don't think Neil liked it very much, so we didn't play it too much on him.
Not my favorite thing.
We got a Watchmen show coming up next month.
We do. Not next month. A couple of weeks.
It's a couple of weeks. You're right.
Yeah, I get to see you in a couple of weeks.
That'll be a lot
fun.
of fun. That'll be a lot of fun. I look forward to it, brother.
Yeah, me too. I'm really looking forward to it.
Excellent.
It's been so long without a lot of music, and now all of a sudden it's all happening again. It's really, really terrific.
It's terrific. I'm finding it a little overwhelming myself. There's been a few sort of opportunities that are coming my way. I just don't think I'm ready to get back into a crowd yet, At least with the Watchmen shows, I know I can stay backstage and hide. I'm just mentally not ready for it yet.
It's like riding a bike. You'll be fine once you get there. You'll be Ken again.
I'm sure. Well, I look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks, brother. Thanks for coming by the show. Everybody, this is Neil
Thank-
Cameron, most awesome front of house road manager in the world. And we look forward to seeing you soon, Neil.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Cheers, brother.
Take care.